Identify yourself.
This is Group B, Mini versus Rush on Neo Ground Zero. God, they don't even have the accept thing in this video. Mineral. It's okay. This is the second set of the night. There were many things I meant to mention in the first set, but I didn't get to them. And I'm holding Jangbi personally responsible for that, by the way. Damn you, Jangbi. But one of the things I was going to get to is my who's screwed, who's not so screwed score sheet, which I did write out for Group A, but didn't manage to read. But I got to the important point anyway. I talked about how if Jangbi won, he moves out into the round of 8. Which he did, hooray! But if Action would have won, Jangbi and Action would have moved out if Bogus beat Flash, and if Flash won, there would have been a tiebreaker, blah 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 blah. So, I do have actually one very interesting thing about all of these games today that I found out by writing this up is I think there's a chance for tiebreakers no matter what happens. Like, if anyone wins, there's a chance of a tiebreaker after day 6. That's very interesting. But unfortunately, that does mean no popcorn commentaries in day 6. I know, I'm sad about it too. I was thinking about doing a drinking game / popcorn in the next one. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed about that. But anyway, let's get to the who's screwed, who's not so screwed score sheet for this group, Group B. If Mini wins this game, Rush is knocked out of the OSL. He's gonna do it personally. Yeah, that fan's really happy about Rush getting knocked out. You guys are total jerks. Look at that. They're kissing too. God, people make me sick. But okay, if Rush wins, Fantasy moves out into the round of 8. Just kind of an interesting little note how the players affect each other. Because if Rush wins, that'll tie Mini and Rush up at 1-2. Grape will be going up against Fantasy, but of course Fantasy is 2-0, so there's no way he wouldn't move out. So if Rush wins this, Fantasy automatically out into the round of 8. So you can expect Fantasy to be back there with a couple of pom-poms. Go Rush! Something like that. I'm sure he's doing that. Dressed in the full cheerleader garb too. Yeah, that mental image will haunt your dreams tonight. But you can see the full wall from Rush at this natural expansion. Of course, it'll haunt my dreams too. Just kind of screwed myself over there. It's okay. And I forgot to get to our prediction in the last game. Let's go ahead and read it anyway. I have it written down. Yoshi360 writes, Jangbi will give that smile when he 3-0s his group. Good prediction, man. Alright. Second base, a second gateway on the way for Mini. It will be difficult to talk about this game any further than a play-by-play, just because these guys are so new. Haven't seen much from them yet to really judge their play, but I like this wall from Rush, and he has the bunker out front anyway, just in case, once the Dragoons start flooding in. But I'm pretty sure there's a 12 necks opening from Mini. Pretty sure. And let's get a prediction for this game. Deus073 writes, I predict Bisu ninja-ing his way back in, taking Hiva's place and winning them PVZ big time. Smiley face, go Bisu! Love those random predictions that don't have anything to do with anything. But okay, Zealot gonna try to corner. This is CV. Keep it from scouting. No, it gets in. Rush gonna scout anyway. It's gonna be able to get next to that cybernetics core and say, what the hell? I think that guy just kissed that other guy. I hope they're friends. Otherwise, that would be really awkward. But okay, Dragoons moving out. couple Dragoons at the front, and Mini's economy is going to be pretty booming soon. Of course, they both expanded, both went for the naturals. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I did want to talk a little bit more in the last set about the response to my Nuke Talks About the Future video, which was completely unexpected. Usually I can expect how fans will react to things, but that was the overwhelmingly positive response to that video was just amazing. I did not expect that at all. In fact, I don't think I've seen one negative comment in there. I mean, some people were like, well, I don't know about this idea, Nuke. By the way, Citadel of Adun coming up, and a third base for Rush up at the 2 o'clock position. Okay, just want to get that out of the way. And now back to this thing for a second. I was completely overwhelmed, and I just wanted to say thank you. It was really nice. Tons of comments. I haven't had the time to read all of them yet, but I want to eventually. And yes, I did not expect that kind of support for something that's so utterly different than StarCraft. But speaking of StarCraft, the Templar Archives is coming up for minis. Going to start rushing some DTs soon, I think. Trying to pressure that front with some Dark Templar. And so far, nothing in the means of detection for Rush. And Rush has that sneaky 2 o'clock base going. Look at that sneaky base. So he's going to try to count on the fact that Mini won't scout that for a while, which is entirely possible. Unless Mini has epic star sense and gets to this natural, starts to notice things might be a little bit awry, but I don't think he'd be able to tell that just from the natural. So he might, yeah, Rush might be tricking Mini hardcore with this. But of course, this is a good response to what Mini did, expanding early like that. Great response. Going to be able to keep up with the macro, but I see the robotics facility already for Mini. Could try some Dark Templar drops, actually, which would be hilarious with the lack of detection going on right now for Rush. There's a third and I think a fourth gateway being built by Mini inside of his main. Try to get that economy cooking. There comes the engineering bay. It's going to float over and get a scout inside that main. So that's going to give him a sign. Here come the Dark Templar. They are not waiting to be picked up by a shuttle. So they're going straight for the natural expansion and might end up helping out the Dragoons and Zealots for one big attack at the front. But I don't think that would be that successful. There are 2 siege tanks on the high ground area, which should be more than enough to fend this off. And let's see if the turret on that high ground area is within range. Yes! Perfect vision of the front.